Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, towards the end of March, I began receiving phone calls, emails and letters from people concerned that the Wild Rose Foundation would lose its funding in this year's budget. And on April the 7th, the monies available under the Ministry of Culture and Community Spirit to the NGO volunteer sector was cut by $7 million. This decision continues to be strongly opposed by members of the human services and voluntary sector. There are two major problems that I have with this cut, and the first is practical. The government has eliminated all funding for the International Development Programme, $1.3 million, cutting off support to a number of Alberta groups that work to better lives all over the world. The minister has also eliminated a $4.7 million grant pool that targeted volunteerism and human services in Alberta. Groups that offer counselling to aged recipients, support for seniors, help to new Canadians to access services, and that support volunteerism have all told me that this cut will put their services in doubt at a time when they're needed more than ever. The minister has told organizations who receive grants from Wild Rose that they can apply under SIP or CFEP. How cruel. There's no extra money in either of those programs. In fact, SIP's budget has been reduced by $1.1 million. Non-profit organizations will be competing with community groups, municipalities, art groups, education, and others vying for SIP money. Not just the same pie and more forks, but a tartlet and more forks. And that leads me to the second problem, and it relates to this government's approach. It's an approach that they've used in healthcare, in human rights, and now in the NGO voluntary sector. This government divides and conquers. It cuts the most vulnerable first and then plays each vulnerable group against each other. In the budget debate, the minister repeatedly said, well, which sector should I cut then, or would you rather I cut the arts? It's a ridiculous argument, particularly in light of the billions of questionable expenditures this government has wasted in healthcare reorganization, bonuses to well-paid deputy ministers, and a royalty scheme that nets us less money.